Hello, and happy full moon in Pisces. I had originally started a different video, but I think I'm gonna stick to this one because the sound was wilding on the other one. So I'm going to be doing readings, and I'm gonna invite some people in, so be patient with me. But I want to get into it on this Pisces full moon because I'm feeling it heavy, and I feel like it's a good time to just like get into it. Pin this. Hello. Okay, so I just sent out those things. Basically, I know y'all see my little wig, so yes, I'm switching it up. This Venus in Scorpio is hitting my first house, so it's switching up the way that I want to look. Regardless, I switch up my look all the time. So again, we're switching it up. Hello. With this Pisces full moon, I really want to get into some basics of some of the basic astrological things that I know and how it may impact us collectively in this moment. And first of all, hey girl, how are you? And hi Jazz, hi Rashay. So yeah, right now the moon is sextile Uranus. So there's a lot of transformational energy happening, in particular with relationships. This could be romantic, platonic, familial, all types of relationships. The way that we do relationships, the relationship to self. Hello, beautiful. Hey, Chaz. So our relationship to self and the way that we perform in relationships should really be reflected on. You know, this is Shirley. Shirley. Bitch, this Shirley. But yes. This sextile moon and Uranus is giving us an opportunity to rethink the way that we have done relationships and think about what we need right now. So looking at our childhood trauma in a different way, taking inventory of what we have done to survive versus to thrive, looking at lack mentality versus abundance, mind states in terms of relationships, because you could have a lack mentality in terms of love and self-worth. If you don't think that you are worth anything, then you're going to accept the minimum in terms of relationships and in terms of, or you're going to allow things to pass and maybe your healthier, higher self wouldn't have allowed to pass. So take into consideration, it's a good time to like journal, to really think about your thoughts. I feel like the energy of Pisces is Yamaya. It's the ocean. It's literally the broadness of the ocean. And it's an understanding of things collectively. It's almost like feeling the energy collectively. And I feel like we're also feeling this energy, especially with this Venus in Scorpio and this Virgo sun that we're in, which is literally the mother. How do we re-mother ourselves? How do we re-mother our inner child? And what are you doing today to mother yourself? So that is really a big energy of mothering, of cleaning. Also dreaming new dreams for ourselves. Now that you are outside of whatever relationships that you were forced into, maybe as a child, or relationships that maybe you have outgrown in the recent past. Now, how do you want to show up in relationships? What do you need? And are you able to speak up for yourselves in those ways? If you're not, how can you start creating steps to do that? So I wanted to divine from a book instead today, which is my Subtle Body book. And it's about an encyclopedia of energetic anatomy. And it's from Cindy Dale. She's a white woman. I'm trying my best to find better books about subtle body energy healing. But I do like that fact that it's like a kind of like a textbook, low-key. And when I divined, I went up to aura soma therapy, which they named here as using crystals or aromas, color, and lights to harmonize all aspects of self. So, hello, hi babe. And this organizing of self, I feel like the things with these books is that we have been doing this for years, right? When we think about incorporating color, sound, from chanting, from drums, different colors from the way that we, in terms of like indigenous practices, like weaving and things like that, have been used as healing modalities or normalized more in indigenous practices, but now we're seeing them in these books being used and scientifically being proven. So we see it in a different light. But I would say that self-healing is super important, and you can be intentional. And a lot of the work that I do is to try and get people to be independent on their own journey towards transformation and towards like being their highest self. So in the moment, if you feel called to work with colors, crystals, aromas, and lights, it's a really good time to work with it. So I'm going to name some colors and their energy. So the meaning of aura-soma colors. So red is energy, grounding, survival issues. Coral is unrequited love. Orange is, so if you're dealing with unrequited love, you want some coral. If you're dealing with low energy, grounding and survival issues, you want some red. Yes, thank you. Orange is independence or dependency, shock, and trauma. So which makes sense because it's in alignment with your sacral chakra. So also working with the chakra system, learning more about the chakra systems can really facilitate in building that inner mother. Gold for wisdom and intense fear. Yellow for acquired knowledge. Olive for clarity and wisdom. Green for space and search of truth. Turquoise for communication, especially related to mass media creativity. So for folks who are content creators, maybe you want to be working with more turquoise. Maybe you want to buy some turquoise, the crystal. Hello. I'm doing also pulling cards for folks. So if y'all would like a reading, just put it down in the chat. Feel free to, I'm taking donations. I'm not going to set a number for them, but I am just doing donations-based readings. If y'all would like one, just put it in the chat. And blue is for peace and communication. Royal blue is knowing why one is here. Violet is for spirituality, healing, and service. And magenta is for love of little things. So again, this is from Cindy Dale. And I think these colors and using colors, art, crystals, light, all our different senses to bring us back to our body to find healing. So I feel like sometimes a lot of these healers or folks that do this work tend not to be grounded in like the reality of things. And the fact is, and hello, hi Marilyn. Hello to those who are joining. I'm doing readings. If y'all would like a reading, feel free to hit my Cash App and put it down into the chat that you would like a reading and that you have sent the Cash App. So yes, work with the colors that feel and resonate with you. You could be lighting some candles. With this water energy, you may want to take like a blue bath or a white bath of purity, a cleansing bath of some sort. Maybe you want to use some salt in your shower, or you want to use some essential oil while you shower with some salt. To just cleanse your energy. So there's subtle things that you can do to cleanse your energy, especially under this Pisces full moon with this Scorpio Venus. Is giving a lot of water and a lot of cleansing, which can be really powerful, because when you cleanse out what is blocking you, you're allowing yourself to receive abundance. Sometimes it is our trauma that we're carrying on to that really blocks us from being able to receive, because we're not able to show up as our authentic self. So, yes. And hello, hi Bree. Yes. I'm gonna take a bite of my food. How are y'all doing? How's everyone feeling under this full moon? Because I couldn't sleep last night. I had a whole episode. I'm definitely saving this live. How are y'all feeling? I hear that. So, child, I'm in the trenches. Last night really kicked my ass. I really hear that. What are you feeling? Like, don't judge me in my head. But what are you feeling in terms of what's coming up for you? Like, where do you feel it in your body? That's like a question I definitely feel like I ask young people, and I ask folks as well. But I feel like we should be asking ourselves, something I ask myself often, is like, where do I feel this? Where am I feeling my stress in my body? Tired. I don't know how I'm gonna get through this week. I say that give yourself the space to rest, even if it means you can't make certain deadlines. I feel like this energy in particular is the space of just like rest and moving at your own pace, more so, versus like trying to meet deadlines. My shoulder hurt shoulders is a big one, and deep breaths get stuck in my throat. So that throat chakra energy that needs to be cleared. Your head, that's that crown energy. You maybe need to have like a deeper connection to your ancestors, or just pray to your ancestors and your angels, and in particular with God. I feel like that may also help. Also, that could be third eye as well. Don't fight whatever visions you're getting. I feel like this Pisces full moon is giving us like very clear visions. Just write down whatever you see in your dreams. If it don't make no sense, it doesn't matter. Just write it down, because later on it's gonna make sense. Scorpio and Venus got me having the most difficult relationship combos. I swear to God. Oh, I want to hear more about this. These Scorpio and Venus conversations, different. I've been finding myself just being a little pincer, just being mean. I've been very mean. And that's what Scorpio and Venus is doing, is making me feel my feelings and all of it. And that's that divine feminine energy too. It's like sometimes I've been thinking about like anxiety, and I have a lot of anxiety about like going outside. And I realize it's because I have performance anxiety. I feel like I have to show up in these ways. And I feel like sometimes it's okay to show up in the ways that you need to show up in your relationships to protect yourself. I'm just going to name that. But I feel like my inner child is also, right, choose you. My inner child is being triggered. So rather than just like let her do whatever, I've been trying to listen to her more and like try and see if she can communicate, and like just getting to the root of it so that you can see exactly what you need. Like what is the need, and then how do you get that need met? And then once that need could be met, things can move forward in the relationship, or it can be met. And then it has to be that realistic idea. Hi, Layla. How are you? If you want me, make changes. Yes. Yes. I feel like we're making shifts. Hello. We're making shifts in the way that we show up. Especially feminine energy, divine feminine energy is really showing up in different ways. I think people often misconstrue divine feminine energy as like calm and nothing and just like, ooh, chill, go with the flow. And yes, divine feminine energy is water, but we forget the water is the ocean, which can swallow this whole entire planet whole. So that's the energy that we're dealing with. And sometimes it is necessary to have that energy. It is necessary to be protective of self, of others, of your community. And that's why there's healers that are being called out on their fat phobia, on the things that they're saying, because we cannot step into this new template with this Jupiter and Aquarius. We're expanding the way that we view the world. And when we deny these systems of oppression, we deny the physical world that we exist in, then we're not able to show up as our full selves. And we're not able to show up authentically. So then how are you able to unpack what is going on? I think that is the energy of just like unpacking, figuring out what is going on in our heads and slowing down enough to do that work. So yes, again, I'm doing readings. If y'all would like to book a reading, just hit my Cash App. That's my Cash App. I'm doing donations based, not any particular amount, but I am pulling cards for folks. I did want to start pulling cards. I have this astrology deck, and I did start. I also have this Earth Warrior deck here, and this relationship deck that I feel called to, and one little tarot deck. But I'm going to use this relationship deck because I feel it right now. And just pull a card for our emotional body right now. What does our emotional body collectively need? Under this full moon in Pisces, in alignment with our highest path and purpose, and with much gratitude. Kindness. And I've pulled this card before, but I feel like in particular, what ways are you navigating life and not being so present? So how can you be more present so that you can show up in loving kindness for yourself and for others? So this is not like a work hard to get there. It's more of a slow down. How can you incorporate more ways to slow down in your day, to find and make space for loving kindness? Hello, I'm doing readings. If you would like a reading, feel free to hit my Cash App. And it says, the energy of kindness reminds us to be considerate and wise in our interactions with others and ourselves, and to find the root of our love through our connection to Source. So ultimately, we are here to exist on our own path. And we are here to experience joy and loving kindness with other folks. But first and foremost, we have to be able to give that to ourselves. And that's why all this Pisces energy is coming up. Because we have to unpack the child within. And we have to rethink these systems of oppression, rethink our educational system, rethink these systems that our children are indoctrinated into. I'm going to leave that there. At the bottom of the deck, we have forgiveness. And at the top of the deck, we have honesty. Say honesty. So with this energy of forgiveness, I feel like this is just a time to let go. There may be a lot. Is sunstone a form of coral? No, I would say sunstone is more like an orangish color. But forgiveness. This yellow energy here, this white and yellow energy, which speaks of this crown, and it speaks to the solar plexus, and it is about loving and growing confident in self enough to be able to forgive another. So the trauma informed perspective of forgiveness is, if someone has harmed you in a way that has actually impacted your life in a way that is really, really harmful, you do not need to always grant forgiveness in these traditional ways, right? Because sometimes we think of restorative justice, which is a method where folks who have been assaulted go to and have a conversation with the folks that have assaulted them, and they like reconcile. Not everybody wants to do that. That's an example of necessarily talking face to face with folks. But it is a great time to maybe write a letter and drown it. It is a good time to cry in the bath. It is a good time to fully feel in your heart gratitude for whatever experiences that you have had with the folks around you. Full gratitude for your relationships in your life. Full gratitude for the relationship you have with yourself. And understanding that forgiveness is less about another person and more about showing up for self and allowing yourself the space and energy to release, especially with this full moon. So whereas in the past, this may have not been so easy for us, showing up in kindness, whether that be with the way that we view ourselves in different forms and fashions. So we're stepping into a more kind template. We're stepping into a kind template that allows for us to forgive others, allows for us to show up in authenticity. This is how I feel. I'm not a liar. I'm gonna name that. Nothing about me is a liar. I'm not pussy. There's no one I lie to. Like, I don't lie to people because I genuinely have always felt that lying it doesn't resonate with me, because I feel like I'm scared of somebody if I lie to them. So I'm not going to be scared of them. And as a kid, I was scared, and I was a badass liar, and that's the truth. I could not lie to my parents. My mother scared the shit out of me. I had a Pisces mother who's strong, and I couldn't lie to her. She would look at me and know in my soul, and I'd be like, all right, I did it. I ate the cookies. So with that energy, I think honesty is freedom. The freedom to be and live in your truest, authentic self is brave. Some people think that bravery is all these different things. Try existing and speaking what is truly on your mind. But I'm not saying like run over people. I'm saying really speak how you feel, really unpack how you're feeling, and really show up in your own truth and your own honesty, and you're in transparency, unafraid and unashamed and unapologetic in your own truth, because you're deserving of that. And you can show up in kindness. You can show up in full honesty and in loving kindness. One is not mutually exclusive. And I think that's important to remember. These are some messages for this full moon. I think I'm going to officially close this off with this Earth Warrior deck. And these cards came out, which is Kente, the sweet paradox of empowering grace. And this speaks of a beautiful symbol within many different cultures. And in this book, they're talking about the Andes, so indigenous cultures, where the hummingbird has a really fast heartbeat. And because it has a fast heartbeat, it's able to reach higher heights that other animals may not be able to reach because it's fluttering at the level that it flutters. And hello to the folks who joined. I'm doing readings. If you would like a reading, feel free to hit my Cash App, and I will be doing those readings. So this hummingbird is really saying that you are in a place that you have never been before, and you're reaching places that you have never been before. So it's about giving yourself grace, and understanding that you're not where you used to be. This energy is like her eyes are closed. She's just receiving. She's just allowing herself. It's like she's waking up and things are just happening. She, they, them, him, whoever's in this photo, with this like blue energy, which is giving communication, it's giving throat chakra. I'm feeling this energy of releasing what we need to release so that we can reach these higher heights, because we can't do that without releasing. And then one of my favorite cards in the deck is the Clan of the Wolf Heart, and we are the ones that we have been waiting for. So I'm gonna just show it some more. We are the ones that we have been waiting for. Hello, if you would like to book a reading, feel free to hit my Cash App. This is a very beautiful, you see the moon phases, there's so many symbols, the rainbows, the wolves, the birds, the lotus flowers coming out of her hands, the rainbows, the water in the background, the mountains. It's just giving Yamayao, Batala, the earth. We have a soul family that has been designated to us, that we chose upon, coming to this earth. And I feel like it's a matter of tapping into that family, a matter of trusting that that family will hold you. And number one, cultivating what love and community looks like within yourself. So showing up fully for yourself so that you can show up for community. And it just feels like this energy of calling in soul tribe. So under this full moon in Pisces, y'all may be seeing a lot of things being revealed to you. And also you may be connecting with folks that you need to connect with. You may be having these like miraculous interactions that really fuel your heart and that remind you of why you're doing the work that you're doing. And I'm glad this is resonating for folks. This Blessings of Kumu at the bottom of the deck. Ow. Hello and welcome. I'm doing readings. Feel free to hit my Cash App. Let me know if y'all would like a reading. And this Blessings of Kumu, no good thing shall be withheld. And I think that is an affirmation. No good thing shall be withheld. There is nothing that is yours that anyone can take from you. There is nothing that is yours that anyone, anything, any system can take from you. And when we understand and recreate that freedom, we allow the universal intelligence to work its abundance magic. Because we're abundant. There's so many ways that we can go about our existence. There's so many ways. And sometimes your way or a specific person's individual way is going to look different than something you've ever seen before. And you have to trust your own process because it's scary. But this is the promise of blessings coming in because of the work that has been happening, because of that release work, because of that awareness, because of that inner child work. You're allowing yourself to be in a space of receiving. So Ashe, shout out to the folks who are doing that work. I see you, I hear you, I love you because you are important. You are part of my community. Thank you for all the folks that are here. I'm so grateful. And this Blessings of Kumu just really just like hit me. It just feels a lot like wisdom. It feels a lot like all good things are coming, and it's a matter of trusting the universe and its deliverance, when we truly understand ourselves and are honest with ourselves about what we want and what we need. Ashe. And this goddess of Teotihuacan, and she who guards the waters of life. This cleanse energy is what I'm feeling. This 4, which is a foundation number. It's time to cleanse what has been driving us foundationally. So I'm going to give the example of, I used to go to the gym a lot. And first of all, I posted videos before and someone was like, oh my God, congratulations, girl, for being pregnant. And I'm like, that's really crazy. But I'll leave it alone. I digress. I just deleted it. I didn't respond. But I used to go to the gym a lot. Hello. I'm doing readings. If you would like to book a reading, feel free to hit my Cash App. But this is my story I'm giving based on cleansing self and new ways and perspectives. So I used to go to the gym a lot. I used to do a lot of different things because I wanted to look a certain way. And I thought that if I looked a certain way that I would love myself more. I thought that I would be healthier if I was in the gym. I thought that I would, it would solve my problems, solve my insomnia, cure my mental health issues. If I'm a bad bitch, then I'll be okay, right? But no. I was breaking my body down. I look good, but I was breaking my body down because I actually wasn't tending to my body and my spirit. You are a whole human being. When you deny or don't acknowledge one part of the system that you are a system. A whole makeup of emotions, a physical presence, a spiritual presence, and many other different aspects. When we neglect one area, we do not show up as our full selves. It's a matter of balancing all of it. So that's why I don't go to the gym no more in the ways that I used to. I feel like I do like to do yoga. This is what resonates with me. I challenge myself in my yoga practice through flexibility, and I move at my own pace. And I feel like it feels really good for me when I'm moving. And I feel like in that space, I can cry. In that space, I could process my emotions. In that space, I can show up fully as myself. So that's why being on the mat resonates with me. Right? Because I'm giving myself that space to be present in my body, which has been taken from me, I want to say, or I haven't had access to because of my trauma. Let's put it like that. So that's the end of this message. I think that give yourself the space to show up in these new ways and to release what needs to be released, because there are many beautiful things that are coming into our paths. There are many beautiful things that come when you access the energy of forgiveness, when you are true to how you really feel, when you show up as your honest and authentic self. Because real recognize real. And that's the energy. But yeah, somebody really tried to call me pregnant. I was so mad. They said, congratulations. They put a whole post. I was like, damn. Not the chichos giving off pregnant vibes. That's crazy. But it is what it is. This idea, I'm going to think about fat phobia and like, if you are fat, it is a disease. Or if you are overweight, it is disease. Like technically, like if we go to the doctor, most of us have been obese our whole lives. We don't look obese. But technically to them, it's obesity. And like, what this regular, because I've taken personal training courses, like I took a personal training course in college and a group personal training course in college. So I've seen the ins and outs, and also like the way that they calculate things, it feels just very white supremacy. I'm gonna name it. It's not necessarily how do you support the health and well-being of a whole human being, looking at them in a more holistic perspective. I feel like a lot of it tends to be towards like thinner as being more healthy versus how is the individual healthy in their own body. Right, all of a sudden, these personal training folks are physicians and they tell you, what you are, and like based on these scales and these numbers, and it just feels very dehumanizing. And I'm not with it. I'm with the, how do we exercise and move our bodies in ways that feels good to us, and in ways that support our full self. So for some people that is weight. So some people it is going to the gym, and that feels really good for them. And for those people, Ashe, good for you. Like, that's what you need. And for other people, like, move with how your body's moving. Like, don't force yourself into something that that may not resonate with you now. You can set goals for yourself. I'm not saying not to do that, but listen to your body is the message. Listen to your body every day, at all moments. Be present in your body. What does it mean to be present? So, BMI is racist as fuck. I'm tired of them. And they're fatphobic. Yes, flow with your own body. Okay, does anyone want to read it? How did this resonate for folks? Like, how was this message? What's sticking with people? Like, what's going on? I'm gonna eat another bite. Yeah, the flow with your own body. Period. Let me see. But yeah, if not, feel free to hit that link in my bio. You can also book a personal reading with me there. And yeah. Thank you for being with me. I know this has kind of been like a lot. I feel like as a message. I don't know if it's a lot, but I feel like it's been a full message. So please take your time with this. Please take your time with yourself. And yeah, I'm sending out love and abundance and clarity and the protection of our mother, God, Yamaya, whoever watches children in the sky. I pray to them, her, and I pray over y'all for your protection and your highest blessings and abundance. I love y'all. And yeah, I hope you have a beautiful night and a beautiful start to your week. Yes.